Okay, we're just waiting for Cosmos to get into the lobby, and then we should be on our way with the first map. Welcome everyone to the lower bracket semifinals between Model 1 and Cosmos. I am your host. My name is Dexterous, and let's have some fun. Okay, so yeah, we're just waiting for everyone to get in the lobby. Let's flip over to the head-to-head real quick, and then we can see what we have in store. So we got Fortress up for the first map. That's gonna be Lair, and then if we make it to a third map, it's gonna be Bank. Here's the player rosters. What we got going into this. Both teams have a sub, so I wonder how they're gonna manage to deal with that. Considering that like a lot of team structure around having 5 players who know their role really well. So if they're unfortunately not able to make it work, it could be detrimental, especially on attack. I think depending on the map, attack needs a lot more coordination between players. Defense, you can kind of get away with some hero plays and just overall positioning and just being a better gunner. But I do think on Fortress, it's going to be pretty difficult if not everyone's on the same page with how everyone or how typically competitive teams like to spread across the entire floor and deny basic entry into the building, especially on that commander office bedroom side. So Still just waiting on one more player, so we almost should be ready. Oh, we got everyone on the lobby, so we should be starting here shortly. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Well, we just had a player DC, so give it a moment. But given some context to this game, I've never seen Cosmos play. They seem like a pretty good team considering they had a pretty far run in the upper bracket. I have seen Model 1 play before, They seem relatively well structured. I do think they lost that game though, if I remember correctly. But I do have high hopes for them in this game. I do think it might go to 3 maps. I'm fairly certain that it will go to 3 maps. Okay, we're on our way. Let's get it. So we got Fenrir in replace of Denari for entry denial. We're gonna lose a drone immediately. Looks like we're gonna set up a rotate in those clock towers to not give up that space immediately. Also brought Mute to giant drones. It's a pretty far back jammer, if you want my honest opinion. It can be shot from doorway pretty easily, but I think they're probably gonna play around that. Making head holes here on the bathroom. This is pretty standard. It looks like this is gonna be a full rotate. They might be pushing to play this other side of the map. Yeah, they're extending entirely across the map. So I wonder if this is going to stretch them pretty thin, considering that they have a lot of area to cover if they're going to try to play this. But maybe it's just a layered roam. The attack is going to bring a Blackbeard. They do have a cam inside games, so that's going to be a bunch of free info. Yeah, they do have eyes on 2 people right now. People are going to start rappelling up to the roof. gonna be a pretty slow start. There's not a whole lot you can do at the start of Fortress. Just mostly just trying to find info, find where people are, and force them back to site when necessary. Snake on this 4 store is going to be a pretty big threat. First person down is going to be a Sentry by Quinn. So he takes the... Quintron takes the first pick, opening up everything for the defense. So that's going to make it a lot difficult. He's going to get overzealous on this door. It looks like he does know the Snake is there. So he is going to try to see if he can peek him. And then the Snake gets the frag onto him. What a shot from that dude. Equalizes. So that's the advantage gone for the defense. Everyone's going to be kind of moving around a lot. Doesn't look like the defense really has an idea of where this attack is coming from. But I think they have fallen off of games in that office side completely. Yeah, they're slowly making their way back to site. Attack is worried about people coming on the approach. Flashbang comes out as Cryo tries to enter here. Maybe not. No. Can't get through the breach. Not big enough. But he does swing in and get a pick. He almost finds 2. Snake, and then he gets refragged from bathroom. Pretty good coverage by the defense, so keeping it equal. And then the rest of the attack is pretty much stuck inside this bathroom. So the K-Claw is going to slow things down, so they got to clear that. Almost shot in the head by his teammate. That was pretty close. The front of the assault here is going to be this Blackbeard. Does he know about the dude on the islands, though? He does see him now. Tiles is going to be a pretty big threat. They can't walk into sight and try to plant with this dude covering this angle. So it's going to be quite hard, but Thatcher's worried about a flank, but no flank is coming out right now. They are going to double up on the assault. And then they do have to be careful from bathroom, because like if these guys get lazy, they can just get caught out here. If this, who is this? Oh, he got caught by the C4. What an amazing play. Refragged immediately. Not the Warden dead, but still counts as a refrag. Equalizes numbers, 2v2. Still working towards, still threatened by that door. Everyone's rotated into bathroom now. Doesn't seem like they have much info on this. He is going to try to swing. He misses the shots. Last one left him a 2v1. It's going to be the Thatcher. He does know one's on the half wall. He doesn't know where last is. But I think he has an idea. He's running down to the wire here, and they clean up the round. Great opening round for Model. Gonna be moving in to round 2. It looks like they're gonna be taking Bank over downstairs. Bringing the Azami this time. Ella is also on the entry dial. Keeping the Fenrir. Mute also is a new similar addition. Smoke swapped out for the Cade, I guess. And then Blackbeard, the pretty similar lineup. They're going to opt for the Ying on the attack. So I'm interested to see how they effectively utilize the utility. Because like as good as Ying is, she's also got the shotgun. Very, very interesting setup here from the attack. He's spawned already on this main entry side of the map, so they're just going to opt to go upstairs. He's going to open up the door, run out. Enemy detected outside. Who's getting cheeky? Looks like he's going to try to do the C4 here from bathroom downstairs. Hammam. And then they're all going to stack up on this 4 store here in a second. Looks like they might be trying to enter. He does have sound, but he doesn't have the right angle, from what I can tell. He is ready for this, potentially, but nobody's effectively where he can hit. So does he give it up? He's definitely spent a lot of time down here. Snake's already inside the building coming from the clock tower. Droning actively inside Commander's office. So this is a pretty slow assault from this attack, but they are going to catch out the Fenrir here. He is going to have to try to run back. Is he going to get caught out? Yes, he does get caught out. The C4 comes out, gets 2. What a crazy play by the Mute downstairs. The zombie also with another. This puts the attack in a very bad situation. Only Ace and not Zero. Ace and Solid Snake left. I don't know why I keep saying Zero. They're just operators from different games. And then they're just going to slowly try to piece this together. They seem to have info on this Ella, but he is in a wide swing out. He doesn't get found. Not yet, anyways. He does make it out alive. Wild. So. They're going to start trying to pressure this bathroom. Do they know about the Mute inside? No, they do not. He gets caught out. So this has just put the attack on the entire back foot. He can't get a grasp of anything. This is completely different from the first round. Mute gets flashed out, he eats it. And he does know about this person here, and he's waiting for the angle. Oh, he reloads. Unfortunate timing from him, but he does finish off the kill. An amazing round for Mute. Bro got a 4K, so yeah, that was quite phenomenal from him. C4 on that horse door. Sorry, I got a little preoccupied there for a second. So the attack is going to bring out the Mira. I'm really interested to see how they set this up. They're full extension across the map again. They are just playing this really layered roam on this top floor, trying to cover as much space as they can, denying the entry. I wonder how the attack is going to approach this. The roam clear didn't go very well last time. They lost a lot of people on the entry, and then to an unfortunate C4 from below. Mew was just ready for it. He was trying to get pick from someone out on the roof, but as soon as they walked in, he definitely just had the right angle and the right read on the situation to completely shut down the attack. Does Mew find somebody here? He is going to try to breaching charge this wall. Gonna repel up. Oh, he's almost down. Yeah, that was... If this Mute had shot this window any sooner, he could have gotten a free pick. He is going to see if he can still find it. Oh, he doesn't see him, though. Ooh, that was a crazy fight. So, close on that one. Could have went either way, to be honest. Pretty 50-50. I'm amazed he didn't see him, but we have walls, so I think that's our advantage. Yeah, they're extending all over the map. They got one person inside medical, people upstairs covering games. Very layered here. Does seem to have fallen off, though. Wasted a minute 30 almost in this round. Mute, 4 of them coming in. They get shot, so not much utility out of that. Mute sitting here under this hatch with another C4, trying to see what he can gain. Doesn't look like the attack has much coordination right now. They've done a lot of clearing, but they're literally worried about every angle. There's A lot of concern from this Blackbeard, making sure that everything is clear. And then Crypto's still Kryto's still upstairs. That's how you say that. Yeah, and the hatches are still solid. A zombie goes down first. Dino with the first pick, opening up for the attack. Knight also gets Malusi. So the C4 is in pocket from here from the Mira. He throws it out, gets shot out of midair. So here comes the nade. It's falling down to the 1v5. Crazy situation for the attack, and they do clear it out fairly effectively. They just kind of walked in. Okay. Almost a perfect half or I guess perfect quarter for the defense, but now we got the third bands coming out. I wonder what they're gonna opt for. Maybe see that Mira ban or probably honestly, what was I gonna say? Mute. Yeah, I was gonna about to say mute. And then Blackbeard gets removed. That's pretty effective. They have been using that a lot to create an entry point, a spearhead, you could say, on this assault. So okay. Opted for the Ella. So he's going to be a bit more effective on entry denial. Mute's definitely going to not be on the board anymore because they banned it out. So they're going to have a little bit easier time droning. Blitz is picked up from the shield player on the enemy team, on the attacking team, you could say. Thatcher still remains along with Solid Snake. Thermite. Kryto picks up the Thermite. Wonder how they're going to effectively use that. Mira remains on the board along with Cade. So this is a pretty standard setup, I would say, for them on this commander office. Lots of people spawning evil side. I wonder how they're going to assault up the staircase, or they're just going to choose to repel. Thermite's getting an aggressive drop here. Crazy. Maybe he had a drone already on a vending machine, but he really didn't consider the threat from that window at all. Ella kills another drone. Blitz is going to look at dropping small tower here. Kind of baits it, fakes the drop. Gets the jam off. Kills the camera. Ella's close. Do they know about it? He does have the read. He dies on the entry. That's really bad for the assault. No follow-up. Everyone's really reserved on the attack. No one really ready to respond. Pretty overzealous from the Blitz there. I mean, he had the info, but he just couldn't get it working in his favor. Ella just hits their shots. Seems like they're still having this layered approach inside office. They're trying to bait out this peeper. Solid Snake's on the spearhead now, trying to gain info. He is on that window, on that door. Standing there, peeking it now. They do know about the Ella. They are going to open up the wall. It doesn't just come across. Solid Snake's still trying to aggress here. Mirror bathroom is going to be effective, but Twitch gets it out. So that was pretty good and effective from him. So that's not going to be as much of a threat anymore, considering that you can't really peek it and there's no glass. I mean, you can still peek it, but they're not going to shoot this Twitch at all. They're really just kind of waiting around for it. And now they get it. C4 ripped. They do hear it. Really slow assault here. I only got about a minute relating, but they do have no advantage, to be honest, other than that they're just in on this other side of the map. They don't have any hallway control. I mean, he's just blatantly disrespectful to this angle and gets a pick. Oliveira also cleans out too. It's the down player. So Ella also downs another player. what a great piece from them. Also, Finner on the flank, and the last person left on this horse door. Crazy round from Cade. Okay, back to dorms. Pretty standard. Gonna stick with the mirror and the Cade. Probably try to reduce their pressure on wall. But this team has been really opting for a cross-map take to force all these roamers back to site. So I wonder how they're going to opt this round. Blitz just needs to not get too overzealous. Got a lot of drones downstairs trying to make sure nobody's playing below for that C4 again. Everyone seems to still have a drone left. I find it very odd why I can't ignite as a player. I think my button on my stream deck's not working. Oh, there it goes. Okay, his drone was probably dead, to be honest then. Mirror setup, coming in here on games, pretty standard. Cade is first on the assault over here. Watching Clock Tower. He jumps down Eagle Stairs. Very interesting choice. It looks like he's going to be trying to play the C4 from below. The zombie's there to support him in this position. So it looks like he's trying to cover him with the threat, another explosive. Gonna look for the EMP on this, but are they going to get threatened by the window? No one's on the window trying to assault them. So here, wall does get opened up for the attack. It does seem like he's getting a really spicy angle. He's trying to find it. He gets caught out over aggressing on a Kiba that was very badly damaged. So this is not looking good. He is going to be safe on tiles here for the moment on main. Dino gets the first pick. Blitz is also in on a small tower push. So wonder how they're going to try to clutch this back. Mira doesn't have the shots. Blitz deletes him off the map. So it puts Ward in a very bad situation. So Snake is over there, so he's got to watch his back. He does know he's here, but cleans up the round. That was very good from the attack. More of a direct push with some flank watch, backstabs. Not really flank watch, more backstabs with two solo entry people. But I do think the defense just got a little over aggressive. And here comes for the final round of this half. So can the defense pull out a 4-2, or will the attack tie it up 3-3? Because going into defense, or going into a defense for down 2-4 could be very detrimental, depending on how the Model 1 wants to approach this attack. I do think they might have a little bit better luck on their coordination, but it all depends on the operator selection and how utility is used. A lot of the times, effective entries usually are dictated by that. I mean, as much as you can run and gun, it's a lot strategy and gadget placement, and also drone usage. I do think I took a couple of rounds for the attack to get warmed up with how they should place their entry cameras. They were kind of losing a lot from what I could tell. Chat is constantly lighting up in this game. It's quite entertaining. Shiesty downstairs with the castle. Looking at castle on. This walk-in, this window hopping. Looks like they're gonna open up a rotate at the site. I wonder how this is gonna play in their favor. Looks like Ella's gonna go for a cheeky spawn peek here. Does seem like they're aware, and he gets caught out. Dino gets the pick, opening pick for the attack, and then he also kills Knight, trying to shoot something. I don't know what that was, but there goes their Flores. That's a massive amount of utility off the board, especially with the Melusi. They can no longer get rid of those prematurely. They're going to have to activate them and then shoot them on the entry. So that was quite unfortunate, considering that they did get a pick off a spawn peak and then equalized it back themselves. Quinn here, Quintron here, on Vigil, playing upstairs, seeing what he can do. My game crashed. Dang. That's really unfortunate. Okay, give me one moment. Doesn't everyone just love Ubisoft and their ability to not make a game that works? It's quite unfortunate. So that was hopefully I can get reconnected here. There we go. Said I'm joining. Okay, cool. Right back into this. I had no idea what happened that round, but it looks like Model 1 did complete their 4-2 half, so that's really good. Scheduled timeout for the standard competitive play now. This is pretty new if you haven't been watching or keeping up with Pro League. It's just a 2-minute break at the middle of the half where each team can talk to their coach, talk among themselves. So it doesn't require them to use their usually only once available timeout per map, and does help them try to set up for the opposite side, because when you have these long sections of gameplay, you kind of get focused on what the game plan is there. So having this ability to reconvene and not jump right back into it on the opposite side is definitely going to create some changes for the scene and for these teams as well. So does look like everyone's on the board, but I'm looking at the hard support a little bit. Definitely only got one pick on Kryto, so trying to see him step up a little bit more. Defense is definitely going to be a more particular side. I wonder how the what is it? How what is it? Cosmos is going to approach this on defense. Got the bands coming out here shortly. I could have requested to join calls during this time, but honestly, it's already a lot of stuff, and then my game crashed, so I'm just happy to be back in it as quickly as I was and didn't miss any more action. But props to Model 1 for completing a 4-2 half. That's a very good, in my mind, for this type of map. Going on to the attack, only needing 2 rounds to win, and then having a wiggle room of pretty much 1 round, 2 rounds before equalize. So Thorn coming out on the ban immediately. That's pretty standard, it seems like. Both teams really don't like dealing with the entry denial. Solid Snake for the attack gets banned out. So Model, or not, I guess Cosmos doesn't want to deal with that at all. And then Model 1 coming out here with the Mira ban. Okay, that's pretty particular. I guess, I mean, Cosmos opted to keep that up for a while until the 3rd ban. So, and then they also opted for the Blitz now. So, guess they just don't want to deal with the Blitz on the attack. Don't think that, I guess they are going to run shields. I was about to say, I don't know if Model 1's a shield team, but they're running 2 shields, in fact. They're running Monty and Blackbeard. So, effectively, they're only going to have like 4 guns. I mean, can't really say. And Blackbeard's got a primary, but you do become very vulnerable when you ADS and drop that face shield, along with Monty only having a pistol. So it's be quite limiting of their options. They're bringing a Cade. They're also bringing a Clash. It seems like they expected Model 1 to run shields. So Knight here on the Clash is going to try to be a pretty big thorn in the side of whatever spearhead the attack tries to opt for. Looks like they are also trying to do this full extension. They're going to reinforce these outer walls on Dormitory. They're going to reinforce both of them, not even just the one side to save a reinforcement, along with the single wall in games. So they also opted to reinforce battle. Really weird. Not sure how I feel about them leaving this inside of the wall open, considering but I guess you can play on around the half wall. That's very different from what I've seen particularly. Most players opt to leave the far left side of that wall open or triple. Okay, it's going to be throwing his claw on the floor, make it harder for any type of drones, Twitch drones to see. Brava drones. Attack is going to be coming, blowing up this pipe, to clear out some basic utility. Doesn't really seem to be all that effective on clearing other stuff out. Denari's having a fit trying to make this hole here on the site. He also is going to whiff on the drone. That's very unfortunate. The shield gets cleared out by the Flores drone. Didn't have the shots in time. So it does look like they're going to try to take this Eagle side and maybe pinch them from horse. They got the gridlock to slow down the assault on the, I guess they'll slow down the flank. There is one. He also has nades for this wall here. He doesn't make it through. He doesn't seem like he had the right lineup. But if he does make it this one, they can get this wall open. But that one also doesn't seem like it fell down. It does. It does. They didn't shoot the default. Left that up. That's quite pedestrian. Blackbeard just try to get info on this. First pick on the Cade by the gridlock. Finds the angle. And they got the Clash coming up. They do see it finally. They don't seem to have info on this guy in box. They seem to be worried about a flank that's not really coming out, from what I can tell. Yeah, I mean, I guess Pulse is below, so I guess they do have to be concerned about that. There goes Cryo on the Denari. Kryto. And then he's going to also try to see if he can aggress onto this horse door. He does find the pick. What a nice shot. Finds 2. Equal, pretty much sets the defense up at a massive advantage. Only 2 shield operators left, and they have a Clash, so this is going to be very difficult for the attack. I guess Monty just whipping the full pistol out, not caring about this. So he is just going to try to see if he can gain another pick, but his teammate falls, and then he's shot in the back, and then gets cleaned up. So that looked pretty dire there for a second for the defense, but they managed to come out with 2 picks pretty easily. And then slow down the assault, and then only having 2 shields left with a Clash put them in a very bad situation. So Cosmos manages to gain their first round on defense, slowing the momentum that Model 1 had. Looks like they're opting for another flank watch. They're dropping the grid block, swapped it out for a Nomad. Also getting the Deimos on the board. Don't remember if they had that last round, but also have a Glass. I really want to see how they use this particular setup. Knight is going to remain on the Clash, and then they also have the Cade as well to electrify walls, keep everything reinforced. And then Dino is getting on the probably best operator in the game that has no true counter, Goyo. And I'm excited to see how effectively he uses that TCSG, because he's hot right now. He's probably the hottest person on the server. He's getting crazy with it. He's gonna do something cheeky, maybe a little too hot. I don't know. So looks like they're all peeking, trying to see if they can catch anything out. He's just prone under this wall here. They are gonna drone up. I'm not sure what the Monty's trying to do. Doesn't look like there's any drones near him. Monty does get lit up by that guy downstairs, so that's quite unfortunate. Dino's just laying on this wall here, man. He doesn't seem to care about anything. He doesn't seem to hear this person on the corner here. He might have gotten droned out. Now we're gonna start opening up the tiles window on the wall here. Clash is here to delay. Gonna nade it out. Another nade comes through. Does it get the... Yeah, it does. Now it's gonna force everybody off of that door. Gets the Goyo canister. Finka gets the refrag. And there goes he goes. Crawls out, gets a pick, gets refragged immediately. But he definitely does open the round. That's a lot of utility gone too. Ying hasn't used any of her Candelas. No. Dino just finding the best picks of his life currently. It's a pretty one-sided assault. They're gonna start trying to walk up the staircase, but not sure how much that's gonna help them, considering they could have just jumped through the window. There goes the smokes for the Glass. So this is how they plan to use this. They're gonna try to walk him in, get the plant down. Yeah, so this is pretty effective actually. Do they have any cover? No, they don't have any cover. Monty's got the plant down. There's nothing for, no response for the defense at all. No C4s, no nothing. So they have the plant down now, and they have a Glass covering diffuser. And then now it's just Knight left in a 1v1. They flanked and backstabbed. So they're just gonna get cleaned up. What a amazing round from the attack there. Model 1 brings themselves to map point. No, it's actually not map point. Almost one round away from map point. So yeah, I would question mark that too. That was a bit odd of a decision choice there. I mean, it was all smoked and they did have a Glass, but I do think Cade could have threw a C4 to try to deny the plant. Looks like they Clash tried to impact him, but that was little effect on the Monty hitting the shield, because shields do reduce explosive damage even if they're on your back, I'm certain about. Opting for the Clash once more. So they return to this site. Unfortunately, because they couldn't win it last time, so they opt to return rather than going downstairs, because they think they'd have better efforts up here. Second retry, you could say. Or just a retry, not a second retry. But gonna see pretty similar lineup. They're gonna swap out the Nomad for a Deimos because they realized nobody was flanking. And then they're also nope, Dokeby's gonna remain. So I thought they were about to drop it for a Finka. That was a very interesting choice. Decide to not opt for a Finka this round. Doesn't look like the extension for the defense is super set up on this far side. They are going to try to hold it, but no dedication to utility over here from what I can see, other than Prisma Mines from Ella. And then he hops on cams immediately, gets cleared out. He does find some info. That's going to be pretty vital to understand what they're going to try to do again. It does look like they might try to force this doorway. Keeps cutting out. Yeah, love this game, Ubisoft. Thank you. Start pushing small tower. Actually, this is a completely different assault from last time, so they're definitely trying to stretch the strat book here a little bit, see what they can get away with. A nade about to come out from... Is that a nade? I don't think that's a nade, but Laz is just chilling on this window here. Not really much for them to do. They got the clash in front of the smoke set up here on this vending machine area, so really, Glaz goes down to Ella. Eyes gets the pick from down below. That's a really great opener. Now they can't effectively use the smokes that they brought. And then Do could be called, cleared pretty easily by him turning off his phone. Dokubi's going to opt to try to wrap the site. Wonder if they're going to be ready for this. It does seem like they had info, but he's going to get swung again? He does. He almost finds the pick. Cade, very, very aggressive on that angle. Does opt to rotate off to drag two people's attention over here. Monty decides to opt for the drop. Three people are stacked over here on small tower, so I wonder how they're going to decide to take this. He's going to look at maybe trying to take down the shield. He does get full flash. It's going to try to force him back a little bit. Smoke is still behind him, so not really a lot of threat coming out here. But they do manage to aggress on him, and then he finds the pick on the smoke. Great opener from the switch. He almost gets the pick on the Cade. Monty's still threatening on that rotate, closing down off the side, trying to find more info. Doesn't seem like they know where the third person is on the defense, but it's all equal numbers here. And then there goes Dokubi getting another back on Dino. So that was really good from him. Now they have a really great opening spot. They do have 30 seconds left, so how they really approach this is going to be important. Doesn't look like Knight's giving up this position very much. He's just trying to bait out this Monty, but both of the teammates are split right now. He does find the pick. He baits out the clash, and then they clean up the round. And now Model 1 is on mad point. So coming out for the third bans here. I wonder if they're gonna get rid of the Monty. No, they opt for the Glaz. Then they also ban out the Warden. Two basic, all smokes. Seer, I guess smoke utilizing people are off the table. Interesting that they both had the same idea of trying to make each one of their positions stronger on that, and they basically countered each other with that ban. So I wonder how they're going to try to switch up the approach, considering that they can no longer use smokes as a threat of effective fire. Just getting in here. Goyo remains. Dino's been kind of quiet for 2 rounds. Not gonna lie. He got that opening pick and then hasn't really done much since then because he got traded out. And then last round he was cleared out pretty handsomely. Does seem they opt to do the same setup on Commander's office this round. Gonna swap out the Blackbeard. A whole bunch of rotations out here for the attack. Opted for a Twitch, Lion, and a Dokubi. No longer considering Flank Watch as a threat, even though Eyes is 100% roaming across the map. So yeah, that's a great call out there from team captain of Model 1. I wonder what he's planning on doing here. Oh, okay. He's gonna try to throw the cage ball inside the wall, make it harder to find. Dino does get the pick onto Shiesty. That's a great opener for him now that they take another player off the table. So he's just trying to get his hot streak back after I called him out. And yeah, you were very right that he was using the TCSG and snipes that drone. Attack is looking like they're trying to do the main wall take on Eagle Stairs. Not a whole lot of movement coming up here. A full minute has passed. No one's really in the building except for Dokkaebi downstairs, walking up Eagle Stairs. So I wonder how they're going to try to piece this all together. Gonna start droning. Dino's holding a prone angle on horse door. Looks like Denari is also here supporting this position. Finds a lot of damage. Twitch gets another pick, puts them in the attack on the good foot. Now they gets found out again, almost. Gets caught on the flank, but he gets the read. Denari gets caught too. He does kill his teammate, so it does kind of even things up. And he finds another. Wow, what an insane round from the attack. They just clean everybody up in the last 45 seconds. I do question why they all left, considering that they have the playlist all set up correctly, it looks like. But what an amazing fortress from Model 1. I do think it's safe to say that the team suffering the most, the lack of a fifth player, is definitely Model 1. I mean, not Model 1, it's Cosmos. Model 1 is using everybody effectively, and I think probably the shot player in the last couple of rounds is Alaverda. He really was quiet a little bit on defense, and then had a couple, I had like 1 or 2 pop-off rounds. And then we're just waiting for everyone to get back into the lobby here real quick. Another person dropped. I don't understand what's happening. Check the DC. moving on to Lair for this next game. So gonna be pretty exciting to see what they throw out there. I would definitely put Lair as one of the bigger maps. So I would say it's fairly similar to Fortress. It's got that new map design methodology that Ubisoft's been playing with, and gap rooms and smaller areas and stuff like that, shorter hallways, close corners. So I definitely think if they're not careful on the flank watch, they definitely could get found out here on the attack for Model 1. Okay, we're just getting right back into this pretty quick. I gotta update the score, my bad. I haven't done that. There we go. Yeah, I do think my further prediction, or earlier prediction, prior prediction, was wrong. I don't think this is going to 3 maps anymore. That was a pretty good show out game from Model 1 there. I just wonder if they could close it out here. Solid Snake and Cade off the board immediately. Don't want to deal with any of that in Lair. There's a lot of vert in Lair, so I want to. I feel like Model 1's going to use that to their advantage on both sides pretty effectively. Does seem like Cosmos tried to replicate some of that with a pulse from below, but didn't ring as effective as Mute downstairs getting a double kill on Horse Door. Starting out here with the Mira up, Dokkaebi and Clash are the other bands. Looks like they're trying to make their shields more effective because they know they have a Clash player. Does look like there is a lot of subs from this game. So it looks like, I mean, I guess it looks like they dropped Knight for vibes. Wonder if he was from an ACAD team. Switching up the glass for the Lion. No head holes on this mask wall. That's a particular choice that some teams don't like to opt for. I wonder will it work in their favor? Because they are looking like they're playing the 2-bro for delay. They almost get 2 off the spawn peak. Crazy play here. He's going to continue to aggress. Almost losing his life. Dino, what a madman. Does light up Lion. He almost kills him. But with the range fall off, the damage fall off of that shot, 2 body shots isn't going to do it to, what is it, 2 speed that Lion is? Or 2 armor. He's going to be left on the brink of death, though. Anybody who kisses his left toe will kill him. Looks like they're going to opt for this R6 room entry. Try to push everyone off of mask here. Does seem like they're pretty set to contest this. They got the 2-bro, but 2-bro's nowhere to be found. They are just going to get this wall open in R6 room. Gonna rotate into mask wall here, inside office. A lot of info trying to come out from the attack. Let's see what they can find. Does shoot out the bottom of this barrier, but doesn't find anyone. Trying to opt for it open. Shiesty getting aggressive on mezzanine here. Does see him on the door. He almost lights him up a bit more. Dino's on a sliver of HP. One shot from any AR will kill him. Gonna flash the 90. Monty's over here, kind of left alone, but he's not left alone. He's got the support from the Grim inside of bathroom, and they also have this bandit found out, so he's gonna get pressured. He's gonna drop the shield, try to bait him into him. He does get found out from that, and then he also re-peeks and gets caught. So now it's a dire situation for the defense. Only Dino's left, and the worst spot possible. He's left in office. He does have the cross here, doesn't find the angle, doesn't find the shot, I mean, has the angle. And then he gets found out by Shiesty just holding the cut into the other side. So that was quite resounding. Yeah, we're gonna end this here for Model 1. Do they opt for upstairs? No, they're going downstairs. Bringing the Solus, getting the Fenrir, opting for a smoke, Vigil on the board. Mira is going to be pretty important on bathroom, depending on how they decide to place it. And then I wonder where they're going to put the second one. Is it going to be on filtration wall? Or is it going to be more so? Oh, no, actually, no, Mira. Never mind. But Mira is on the board. I guess they swapped off to it last minute. But they got the Goyo. They are going to opt for a rotate on filtration, it seems like. I guess maybe it's just a prep thing? I'm not sure. No. Yeah, it looks like it's a permanent rotate. They're going to blow up the gas pipe. Drones get set up upstairs. Nobody's really roaming super hard, except for, you know, the Solus. That's pretty standard. Fenrir, also the intern Goyo. So it looks like they're just trying to waste time here, and it does look like the attack is opting for a top-down clear. So they're gonna almost get caught out again. Sentry, man, can almost not seem to stay alive. Does get the prone angle, does force eyes off. He rotates upstairs into Skybridge, trying to see if he's getting spotted from anywhere. So they are going to have to worry about him being a threat in the authority people's side. But they are opting for a pretty typical take onto this downstairs dockside. Oh, Blackbeard's in by himself. This is not a great position you want to be in. He's not very well covered by that shield. As effective as it is, especially when you're shot from 2 angles, it's not no Monty full extension. So, looks like Dino's behind the entire attack. He's gonna find... No, he is found out. They know he's here. He's gonna get pushed out. He does get pushed out, and he gets caught. Nice. What a great opener. So, that could have been detrimental completely. But Eyes is still lurking upstairs. He does get spotted by a drone. Wonder what the attack is going to do about this with him. He's going to try to get swung on here. Almost finds the pick. Shirvy absolutely lit up from that shot. Slow assault on site. Definitely creating some vertical angles to try to help his teammate, but he's just looking like he's trying to play some aggressive push on here, trying to distract the attack. Doesn't look like they're really opting to go fight him at all. They're just kind of ignoring him at this moment in time. Yeah, that's not how this game works, Dino. I'm sorry. Sorry to say it. Smoke off missile. The assault's coming out pretty heavy-handed here. Eyes gets a pick onto the ram up top finally. Cleans up the kill. Eyes gets down from the vert angle that was opened up. Smoke is taking damage. Getting the plot and toxin pretty hard. One goes down for the attack. He is prone in here. Does anybody know about him though? It doesn't seem like they do understand that he's just chilling here in the smoke. He is just kind of just laying down, chilling. 15 seconds left. The time is running out for this attack. So they got to make some quick, decisive decisions here. Plant's going down, but there's nobody to cover him. No, oh, he's going to get it though. 2v1 situation. Cryo's on a sliver of HP. Can Ace do it? Can Shiesty do it? He does seem to have info. He knows where the other one is. Does he opt for the aggress? No, he's going to wait for the peek. He does get the pick. He knows exactly where last is. He finds it. What a round from Ace, bro. And he gets an ace. So. Yeah, I agree with that statement that Oliverto said. You know, you don't play with your team. That's why you get isolated. But Dino's looking to opt for the Warden this round. Got off the Vigil. So they are going to go upstairs again. Wonder if that's going to... Our first floor, actually. So wonder if that's going to play differently for them, considering that they've now basically completed a full rotation of all the sites. Losing them, but a full rotation nonetheless. They have the mirror this time, so like I said, still on the board, so they are going to opt for it. Wonder if they're going to place the mirror on this wall for green pillar. Looks like it might be so. They are going to open up the hatches, setting up above, creating vert angles for themselves to deny this entry. A zombie over here far on mezzanine. Oh, reinforcing R6 wall. Just trying to help delay this attack. Okay, they're gonna use Miras for just breach denial, looks like. Eyes is ratting inside R6 room currently. Opened a lot of vert for themselves. Wonder how effective this is gonna be. Could play against them if they're gonna get overpressured, so. Ella has the shots on the drone, wastes almost half her magazine. But another drone comes in. It does spot the zombie. Both get found out now. Now they opt to fall off. Just wasting time. Minute into the round. Doesn't seem like the attack's in the building anywhere from what I can tell. Nope, that's a lie. Walking in over here on the backstab. Cross mapping. They're also opting for a direct, looks like, on wall. So not much delay coming out here. They didn't open it in support in time to try to blow up those ace charges. So they are going to get that open on bunk. So this is going to put them in a really awkward spot because now they can't really play over here except for on this half wall. So spraying at the wall inside Maz. Tax just slowly creeping in on them, playing their game, trying to find out where they are, not over aggressing too much. Quintron might get caught out here by this person on 3rd floor on green, but he is threatened by this breach, but no one's on it currently. This is what you call phantom pressure, just worried about an angle that no one's actively holding. So that's what's good about trying to open up more lines of sight. They opt to clear upstairs because there's so many people. Find him out, get shot through the wall. Shiesty's on a heater, opening up this server room wall now. It's gonna blow up in a second. He doesn't find the pick on Boyo, but does see him. Ella gets a refrag for his team, equalizes. Doesn't have the angle. Oh, sees the head. Boyo's gonna have to fall off. Gets caught out by the Twitch. Twitch with 2. Vibes also gets a refrag. Vibes left alone. No one on site. They just opt to rush site. He starts dropping. He's going inside bunk now in storage. So they do have eyes on him. They have all this vert angle that they made themselves. They're just gonna get him killed from it. So what a show out from Model 1 here on 3 rounds. 3 rounds, 3 sites, 3 wins. So coming into the 3rd ban now. I wonder what they're gonna opt for. I definitely think they should get rid of that Monty on the attacking side, because that Monty's been a massive thorn in their side. If they don't ban that, I don't know what else. I guess Glaz? Okay, you can ban Glaz, but I don't know how effective that's going to be, considering I don't think that's your pressure point. They've been super good at utilizing that Monty's info and cornering off people. So Kai's just going to jump right back onto it. Going to opt for a Capital Ace again. Blitz as well. So double shielding now. Tuber is on the board. Dino, one of his favorite operators. Opt for upstairs. Okay, they got the smoke, got the mirror, got the bandit again. I wonder if they're gonna opt for the head holes on mask wall again. No, maybe not. No, looks like he's just gonna go in full reinforcement. Wasn't super effective at slowing them down last time. Twitch gets swapped for Ash. Wonder what the thought process there is. Got the Capital. So I wonder if they're gonna bring EMPs on him potentially. Creating all the standard rotational holes on site. Mira hasn't really been placed down yet. I wonder where she's gonna go. I guess she's gonna go on this art hallway into server. Still has another one in pocket. Okay, she's gonna put it on R6 room. That's pretty typical. So yeah, this is a pretty standard Mira setup. I'm be watching the shield a little bit more closely, because they definitely are the spirit of this assault. Been utilizing them very effectively. It's like Mira here has placed it on a soft wall. That's an interesting choice. Bathroom getting pressured. Dino trying to watch the rappel. Doesn't see anybody though. Just not in the right angle for that window. He does opt to jump out. Doesn't find anybody. Decides to run away now into the hallway. Starting to drone out this Mira. It's on a soft wall, so Ash can very well easily clear that out. Yeah, that is blown up. Really ineffective overall. I mean, the Ash could have broke it as well, but yeah, it doesn't seem like they got much utility. Just delayed a little bit of time. But as we've seen, it doesn't matter how little time these guys have. They will do it. So he's going to smoke out this door, try to cover himself as he pushes in eventually. Or just bait out the pressure. Does he opt for a jump in here? He's waiting for his teammate to rotate to cover him. He's got the lion skin to support him. Doesn't jump in on it, though. Lion setting up on this little P hallway, potentially. Not sure how this backstab's gonna go. C4 ripped, watching the Monty walk up the staircase. He's gonna get C4, misses by a mile. There comes the blitz coming out. Now he's double pressure. He does have the support from his team, but he does get dropped the shield on, and he gets found out. Two get found out. What a great play. Mira gets a refrag, but that's a little too late. It's a 1v4, and they clean up the round. Model 1 are picking apart the defense that Cosmos is offering. There's really been no resistance. They're slow, methodical, and coordinated. That's all the ways you can describe them. Opting for downstairs. No Mira. Opting for Fenrir. Goyo remains on this site. Also trying to get rid of the drones. Yeah, drones are definitely a big threat, but I do think they missed not banning the Monty. Like, the Monty support with the blitz on that missile walk up on the staircase, and then the jump in and bathroom. Everyone's set up perfectly. Wonder how they're going to try to change this up. They have left hatches soft from what I can tell. This is not going to be good if this remains this way. Are both hatches soft? Yes, both hatches are soft. So I'm not really sure what the plan is for the defense, considering they left both hatches soft. Do they still have reinforcements on the board? They have used 3 reinforcements on site. So that's a interesting choice. Opting to drop the Monty themselves. They said they don't need it for this site. Just keeping the blitz. Feel like that's enough aggressive. Gonna pick up a gun on the Ash. Gonna go for this classic C4 here on this rotate, common rotate spot. I already have warehouse open. Most people like to call this dock because it's easier to say faster and it's more clear. You don't have to say warehouse. So I call it dock typically. And then looks like they're just peeking this guy. It is a shield man, so not going to do much damage with that. Looks like it's coming out. C4 ripped. They do know where this Mozzie is. He doesn't get found out. They get the first pick, but he does get refragged. They're ready for the assault on barrels. He's just going to swing him. He does get the wide swing. What a great round from Lion. And then Vibes finds it back, equalizes. He's in bathroom, so he does have to move once the Lion tries to swing him. So he is going to fall off the site. But this is... You're definitely feeling the pressure if you're on this defense. Everything you do is just getting punished. Or getting punished, for the most part. You are finding some fight back on this round, more so than others. But... I really don't know if they're not going to let it get to them, so to speak. Probably holding back this long angle from storage. No one's on his door. He doesn't know that. And the Mozzie drone in front of him. He's going to open up this window again and start trying to peek. Does he have the angle into the other doorway, though? Doesn't seem so. Attack is coming out into the bathroom now. Going to start opening this up. Oliveira is all the way upstairs. Gonna be dropping or rotating to other parts of the map. They didn't opt to go for hatches, even though hatches are literally soft. So, gonna start walking missile now. Shiesty's just kind of coming in here together with his teammate. So they're stacking up really well. But do they know about the yellow on the right? They don't. He gets found out. Almost gets another one. He does make it into Toxin though. But Kia's been on a heater. He finds another one. Triple kill. Does he get the... Can he get the ace? He got the health for it. He doesn't have the time, though. Both are in the room, stacked up together. He does find the pig. 1v1. He does seem to know where he is. No, he doesn't have the shots, but what a crazy round there for the Lion. So they managed to stave off, break the momentum, but can they keep them this to a 4-2 half like they did on Fortress, or are they going to let it be a 5-1? And then that's just a really bad situation because no one wants to fight a defense into a 5-1. Because make one mistake, now it's a 6-1, and then you drop another round in the next game. So, and then it's also series point along with that. So this is where the batter's made, I guess you could say. You know, this is where your metal shows. Will they let the pressure get to them, or will they prosper? Lions moving upstairs. They opt for this bunk defense that really didn't work out much in their favor last time. Also opting for the Mira again. Don't know how effective that's going to be considering they didn't ban out Ace. And there's not much that you can do to stop an Ace charge other than C4ing it through the Mira. So it looks like they might be bringing the Miras upstairs, potentially, rather than using them on site. That's definitely what they're doing. But I wonder how well that's going to support their position. This is an interesting adaptation they have, but not really sure. I definitely think it might be a more effective use than what they did prior. Also opting for the double shields on the attack. This is a pretty typical setup for them. So they're bringing back the Monty. Nokia went on a heater last round. All this vert they're opening up for themselves is pretty typical. Eyes gets the first pick onto the Verta on the Flores. That's unfortunate. That's a lot of utility gone on the Flores. He hasn't used a single drone. Monty's already in, it looks like. No. Both ships are stacked up together. Blitz is looking at aggressing onto this sky bridge. Warden's on the receiving end of that. So he's playing Little P hallway. He's gonna start walking it. Ash is there to support him along with Monty. They're opting to take this very aggressive position. Gets lit up a little bit on the blitz, so he does make contact. But not sure how threatened they feel about this. They do need to get out that height, I have to say. That's something they don't want to waste time on. So just break it now, don't let it be a threat to you later. Oh, there goes Shiesty with a kill onto the Mira downstairs, I think. Dino's not having a great game. Shiesty with another one. He's on a heater. He's having a fantastic game. Thorn does trip him up. He almost dies to it. Literal sliver of health left. I've definitely said people have low health, but he's on 1 HP. You don't even have to kiss his left toe. You can blow on it and he'll die. So that's a very concerning situation to be in, especially with smoke on the table. You can just get gassed out. But Monty's here aggressing. He's gonna get caught out here in a second if he's not careful. He's gonna get gassed out here in the corner, so he's gonna have to just walk out. He does manage to find the angle. Blitz does get some shots off. No, he doesn't. He gets proned on. Now it's a very bad situation with the attack. They had the advantage for a minute, but they seem to have lost it in a very chaotic scruffle of a situation. Ace is opting for the shots here, but you can't win that versus a shotgun. And then Thorn here is going to get found out shortly. But it's just him left. He does find the pick. Now it's actually winnable. I mean, not really, but he does have sight all to himself. I don't know about planting on the door like this. This is a very odd idea to do. Yeah. Maybe opting for planting on the hard wall, but yeah, I just don't know if you could have also planted further back inside. They both dropped in the same area. You knew where they were. You possibly could have had time to get the bomb down before the clock forced you to plant, but they do manage to keep it together for the last 2 rounds. So they stave off the 5-1 and bring it to a 4-2. And then we got our timeout set up. Okay, because I'm not I don't have authorization to join chats. I'm gonna read chats real quick. 3 maps for sure. We'll see about that. And then Vibes Power is coming online on God. Okay. Waiting to see that. I mean, he's doing good actually, but I don't think it's gonna make up for Dino. Dino's not having a great game. And then their console player, not sure how they feel about his performance. Dino's definitely getting a little over aggressive. And then Alo's Team Mogs. Yeah, definitely. And then someone just typed, yeah, I'm not reading that. And then Vibes the Terminator online. Yeah, I mean, he's killing. Doesn't mean you're winning though. Definitely seemed like a more pivotal player in that moment, but I definitely do concern for the decision making of planting on the hard wall there, or not planting on the hard wall there, opting to plant on the doorway, but and then going for the swing. I think maybe you could have tried to stick it somewhere else and just force them into a even worse situation, or ran all the way into the other site potentially. But it was a limited time scenario, and there's also the potential for thorn traps being in the other site that you don't have time to clear. So I don't blame him one bit for his decision making. Maybe he just thought he could get the 2 picks pretty quickly. And then we're coming into the second half here. Model 1's going to be on defense. I would definitely say the more advantageous side, you could say. But from show out in this game, attack has been more on edge of the assault. So they definitely seem to figure out what they're doing a bit more on that defense. I don't think it was more so... what was it? Cosmos figuring out what to do. I definitely think it was the lack of coordination from Model 1. I think they were getting a little overzealous in that last round, thinking they could get a bit more off. They bit more off than they can chew, and then it just kind of bit them in the ass in the end. I would agree Dino's an X factor. And then, yeah, rank doesn't translate. Henry might, I think that's how you say his name. I'm not going to pronounce the whole thing, but Henry might be a rank star, but that doesn't translate to comp. He's not had 2 great games back to back. Opted for the Mira upstairs. They are going to place it on the soft wall like their enemies did. So, got a Dokkaebi double shield. Opting to swap off. No, they're going to keep the blitz. Nope, they're only going to keep the blitz. Okay, so that's a lot of rotations out there from the attack. Azami is pretty supportive in this position on R6 room, so that's going to work in their favor. Shiesty on the Wamai is definitely going to be the person I'm watching. He's going to have probably one of the best guns in the game to just fry people with. And then we got the 2-bro for delay, so I think they can They got a really good setup here. And then Kia, if this man gets below, you best watch your feet. We've seen how devastating he could be with a C4. Vibes is picking up the Dokkaebi, so they're going to look at trying to clear out some of these positions with that assistance. They're also opting for the Solid Snake. Solid Snake was not banned. No, they banned the Deimos instead. Rather have the live track, because like there's a lot of soft floor on this map, so I guess they just opted for, they want more of a linear progressiveness rather than having to deal with people from below and shooting them through the floor with exact position. But this dude's just walked into sight. They do just see, he has just walked in here. He hasn't found anyone yet. Now he finds someone. Eyes has just walked in off of his own info in a drone. So he does manage to open up this round completely. He has a lot of great positioning here. Not much for the attack to do. They are going to try to set the diffuser's on the wrong side of the map though. This he's got to get Case to rotate. He's got to walk through art. They are going to send the Blintz over there to help support his position. So they do find the attack. Gets another advantage. They have this guy out here. Kia gets killed. What a crazy entry. Completely devastated. Not much for the defense to do other than just die. They had no clue, no position, and no watch. They left Little P hallway open, and then Snake just managed to walk in off of his own info in a drone. That's not a situation you want to be in. They had a lot of coverage dedicated to the far side of the map, and no one injured over there. What a statement round from Cosmos. They definitely showed what's up. So looks like the attack might keep the advantage on the side switch. Keep the Solid Snake on Eyes. Gonna bring the Thorn now for entry denial and just info. Bring in the Sentry. Interesting decision. C4 and barbed wire. Not sure how I feel about that. Smoke is upstairs, looking like he's gonna go get hatches potentially. Looks like they're setting up a lot of drones up top to make sure this top floor is clear. Make sure there's no one deep roaming. But I'm definitely watching out for this Ella. I definitely think probably the best person to have offsite is the Ella. And so Alaverda's definitely gotta make a statement here in a second. So looks like they're just going for a pretty standard assault onto this dock entry. Cryo's on the stake now. Eyes decided to drop off, go onto the Dokkaebi after having a phenomenal performance. These are the guy in barrels, so he's gonna get spotted out. Does he opt to jump in though? He doesn't. No, he sees the barbed wire. He's gonna try to nade it to clear it out. They are trying to take Doc pretty hard. They do manage to find the pick. Dino with an insane shot in Alaverda. Not a great situation you want to be in. Shiesty with the Deimos. This could definitely be supportive and when they get closer to sight, but they're already a man down. Sentry's taking some shots. Maybe not some great positioning coming out here from Auto 1. It's opting for a 1x on Solid Snake. Interesting decisions. No one's modeled, but they don't know that, so they're treating it like a pretty big threat. They're gonna have Dino rotate over here and not even wait for him, just rotating it themselves. So they have no reinforcements there, so but they definitely reinforced more than Cosmos reinforced on their defense on this site. So I wonder if that's gonna be to their advantage. Gonna start opening up this bathroom wall. And Shiesty with another refrag, so that equalizes. There we go. Quintron with the flank. Or Qtron with the flank. Gets a pick out. Onto the Habana, that's very detrimental. And then he does know about the player missile, but he's opting to just take the shots and run away. He almost gets caught through the wall, but doesn't have the aim. Or doesn't have the spray, I guess. And Smoke gets forced out. I guess there's two. Shiesty gets killed by his own teammate C4. But this is not a great situation you want to be for the attack. They do have the advantage at this moment, but... Oh, he does down him. Okay. No, he doesn't. Yeah, Vibes is still alive. He doesn't manage to get the pick. No, he over-aggresses. They double stack on bathroom. They can't enter through that door. They're both dead if they run through that. So, not much for them. They are trying to worry about a flame. 30 seconds left in the round. 2v2 situation. Everyone's relatively low health here. So, they're going to try to nade this out. Does clear it all. Smoke comes out, and they got the cover. The snake maps around. He runs into the other site. He does try to stick the plant. Does he know about this, though? He's just going to hold it. He doesn't manage to get up, but he gets killed. So, Mono 1 managed to barely clutch up this round by the skin of their teeth. Unfortunate team kill there, out from the sentry on his own teammate. But he does kill the Blitz with the C4, just off positioning, off throwing, I guess. And then Mono 1 is 1 round away from match point. So I want to see what they opt for on the site. They just decide to go back upstairs. Okay. Opting for a mirror again to Chanka, Ella, Thorn, and Mute. And then Blitz, Monty, the double stack in the shields, just like the opposition did to them on defense. Dokkaebi remains as well. Did they have a solid snake? I can't remember. They can always swap on attack, so it doesn't matter too much. Yes, they do. They did keep the solid snake. Let's see if they opt for any rotations after they see the lineup here, but their hold wasn't very effective last time. They just kind of let someone walk in through Little Key Hallway on short there, and then it just kind of cut the entire map in half. So that was really unfortunate for them. Getting drones down below, making sure no one's roaming. They have no wall denial, so I wonder how this is going to work in their favor. Also, I mean, they don't really have a lot of hard breach, to be honest. They're opting just to go through doorways with their own pressure. Seems like that's the decision they've made. Grim can have can openers, but I'm not sure if that's... Yep, they actually have 2 sets of can openers, so they can get some walls open, but not really particularly helpful, considering you can't make a run hole. You can only make a crouch hole by the can opener. They do have the Ying. I really want to see how effective this Ying becomes, because the Ying on Fortress wasn't too effective when it was brought out. Gonna be watching the windows here. Looks like he's gonna opt to go for inner wall, pushing on the IT room. Droned out the info there. Mute jammer on the door, so can't go any further. No, mute jammer's on the floor, but drone gets shot out anyways. Shiesty is holding this down position, so he's got the C4 from over when necessary. No shields on this attack is a very interesting choice considering what's happened prior, but it does look like they're going to try to opt to go below and clear out this Mira from below. Are worried about missile stairs. They do have a cam on it, but it's only going to be effective if someone's watching it. It looks like Eyes is watching it, or is actively throwing it. But it almost gets the kill onto Shiesty, but he does get lit up himself. Does force him off that position, though. He's definitely not going to continue still playing there as aggressively on that. So they are going to open up this wall onto mezzanine. And it doesn't break the mirror entirely, but it is smashed, so that's not really too big of a deal. He does seem to know about this player on missile stairs. Eyes gets the opener onto Shuri on the Tachanka, so there goes their entry denial. Eyes with another pick. He's just walking into sight. And then they hear this guy inside. Doesn't manage to get the pick again. No use is out of the Ying, to be honest. Ying is inside planting, and then that's a flawless round out here from Kozmos. Definitely a return statement piece. Nobody died. Just cleaned everybody out of all their positions very effectively. If they don't ban the solid snake, I don't know what the Model 1's doing. They've definitely got to do something different and stop giving up free info, because it doesn't seem like they can hold down all of the gaps in their own setup effectively when solid snake has perfect information on all his all their players. There it is. Okay, and they also ban out the mirror. That's pretty standard. But the mirror really wasn't that too big of a deal. They were able to deal with it quite effectively going below. No, I'll peek at the... Okay, they opt for bunks this round. Not going back upstairs after losing it twice in a row. No, they're going to standard setup, it looks like. No wall denial. Opting for a Goyo. Double hard breach again out here from the attack. On the Grim and the Ying. No more solid snake, so I wonder how much that is going to affect the Soul. Because Eyes has been a wonderful entry for them. Dino's still been kind of quiet, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he's got 1 kill since I talked about him, but he's not the show-out player on Fortress that we know him to be. Sherby's also a bit of a weak link on Model 1 here. It's 1-7. No. Opted for Vibes on the Ying. Very interesting choice. He says, "Let me get the Ying. I can do something with this." It looks like they might be opting for an R6 wall take into masks, so they can pinch off the corner of sight there to try to plant the diffuser. It gets lit up on the blitz. He gets fucking low. C4 comes out, doesn't find anything. Warden's running for his life, but he's gonna run right back into a Dino, who I just talked about. So, unfortunate play from them on Kia. Dino does get found out by Quintron. So, Qtron. So, that's going to be a good equalization for the defense on this half, on this round. Dino out here showing props. Not arguing in chat for once. And then... chat typically lights up in games like this. But I think it does more to reveal your state of mental than it does to kill your opponent. Ying's come out. Eyes gets the pick even though he was partly blind. So what a nice opener from him. Doesn't seem like the lack of the Candelas are also getting used very effectively over here by Vibes. So he definitely knows what he's doing with those. He's got 1 more left. He is going to charge it up and throw it into sight. I'm going to walk in on this. He does get almost taken out. Hit by a Thorn. Double kill from Aloverta. Crazy for him to pick that up. 2v3 situation. Defense, Shiesty's on super low HP. So not a fight you want to be taken, to be honest. But it looks like he's below. But Sight is downstairs, mind you. So the rest of this team is definitely just holding above pretty aggressively, even though Sight's downstairs. Vibes does manage to find a frag onto the Azami, so Shervy goes down. Vibes is also on a sliver of HP. 40 seconds left. They could just drop the hatch if they know that both players are here. Yep, they opt for it. And then they're all rotating to the site. Vibes is worried about above. Doesn't know where it's safe to plant. You gotta plant in the corner over here. You can get shot from anywhere. The Horde Gadget goes off again. It almost gets found out again. He does get found out. Aloverta is going insane. All they need to do is just watch the case. He does have it, and then wait for the plant. So this dude's got 13 seconds left. He has to stick the plant. He's going to be open in the area, and he's going to try to fight this rather than opting to just die. And then Thorn is here on the door closed, so he can just get the swing. But Aloverta from above with a 4K on a hero round from him brings Model 1 to map point. And also series point. Might I add that. Often they go back upstairs again. Mozzie, Thorn, Mute. So a lot of drone denial. Smoke and Warden. Muir's been banned off the board. So I really want to see, doesn't look like they have any response to throwable denial other than Warden himself playing on that position. So hopefully he can do better. Shiesty and Alaverta, man, and putting the team on their back. Just opting for drone and spawn, apparently. Vibes is droning downstairs, making sure no one's downstairs, apparently. No more drones. They only have 2 drones left on Vibes, it looks like. So, a lot of info gone already. Oh, and there goes another one. So, only have a couple remaining for the attack. And then they're opting for a shield again on this assault. So it looks like from just their spawn positioning, they might be going for R6 room. Gonna be trying to clear out this player on the top mezzanine area. No walls open. Playing the Thorn here to delay. Along with the extension over here on Little P. Monty's slowly coming in. Shervy's over here watching the flank. Eyes is ready for this, though. Potentially. Got the drone out. He does seem to hear him. Creeping with it. Alaverta is not letting anything happen. Vibes is looking to go for wall. He's on Thermite. So he's ready. He's watching the Sky Bridge very effectively. He does manage to drop. Does Alaverta hear him, though? No, it doesn't seem like he does. He is going to try to go for this wall. Does he find the spot on the wall? No, it's jammed. So it doesn't seem like he's going to get the positioning he wants. You typically have to repel with the new mute changes. So I don't think he's going to be able to find this gap on this wall, to be honest. Oh, that's not the button. Okay. But yeah, it doesn't, like, wall's just completely locked out by the mute. Pretty effective from them. So, yeah, they're going to try to see if they can clear it out from below, potentially. Just leave it. Oh, they're EMP. Okay, that works. But they've wasted a minute just trying to get this one wall open. Haven't done much else. The rest of the map is completely clear. No one's entered into even R6 room, let alone anywhere else on the map. So, it's going to be down to the wire here on the rest of the setup. Minute 16 remaining. Qtron with the double P's on top inside the wrap position. He goes aggressive and gets caught out by Vibes. But that's their spearhead gone. That's their shield. That's their Grim gone. That's a lot of utility off the table. So we really need to look at players like Dino to step up in these types of situations. He's been quiet this game. And my eyes are really on him to try to open up this round to save his team. But he does get caught out by a C4. Vibes gets killed. Puts the defense in a very good situation. 2v4 now. Only Nomad remaining with Dino. He does walk in and gets caught out. And this is a dire straits for Eyes. He's in bathroom and he gets caught out. What a game. And what a series from Model 1. I think it was a 7-4. I'm not sure though. Okay, let me see if I can get someone in here for an interview. And then let me get... Hey, how's it going, man?
I'm doing good, Dexterous. How about you?
Yeah, no, I was pretty excited to see that game. I've seen you guys play before, and it definitely looks like you guys found your rhythm, found your mojo, and definitely showed it out here today.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was really excited for this game today because a lot of my friends are on the other team, like Cosmosis. I play with them all the time, rank and stuff, and it was actually really good. It felt really good beating them, I guess. But
Yeah, no, I get that. Just kind of lay your nuts on their head and just show out and be like, hey, this proves that I'm definitively better than you. Like,
well, that's one way that could be said. But yeah, I'm really hyped right now. I'm really happy. We're also going to onto the lower bracket finals, so.
yeah, dude, no, you guys are definitely gonna potentially have a really good run here. So, I mean, you guys could definitely see yourself in the grand finals up against another team.
Yeah, of course, for sure. I mean, I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully,
Yeah,
but
dude,
we
and
shall
you
see.
also you had some show out performances on the each map. I will say you definitely had some crazy hero plays on Fortress, along with that one of those last couple of rounds on Lair. Like you definitely really showed up for your team when it counted.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'm not gonna lie. Um, you know, earlier in the Fortress game, I was kind of like, oh, these are my friends. They know how I play and stuff. But
Yeah,
my team told me that, dude, listen. At the end of the day, you have nothing to lose, right? Just go ahead, be yourself, and play the game. And I was kind of struggling in the first half, but second half, just lights out. Really good performance by me. I'm happy. There was not much pressure either, because if I'm being honest, my team is absolutely amazing. Like they help so much, and like
no,
it's
your
just
guys
for
your guys' coordination was on point. When I saw that play where you had the blitz outside bathroom window, you had the Monty walking up missile stairs, and then you had the other players supporting the blitz in bathroom, and then the guy jumping and painting window. Like that was beautiful.
I mean, dude, yeah, that was our IGL. That was my idea initially. Like I was like, bro, let me just go and hop in the window and just get some kills. And our IGL was like, okay, we can do that, but I think we should like break some shields and like go together as a team. So I was like,
Yeah,
okay, whatever. I got the kills though, so I'm happy.
yeah, dude.
you know,
But yeah,
but
congrats, man. Hopefully, we can see you guys play more. You guys are definitely doing a lot of great work, a lot of great things, and I definitely think biggest thing is don't get in your own head. I think that's the worst thing you can do in competitive is get in your own head.
yeah, that's definitely a thing. I mean, before this tournament, a lot of my past teams, I really struggled with my mental aspect. I would like have a lot of pressure, and like it would be like I had a lot more to lose than I actually did. So I would just like not perform as well.
Yeah, no, you
And
get the shakes, and everyone gets the shakes in competitive. It's a thing,
yeah,
especially around LAN. Anybody who's ever played in a LAN environment will tell you about you have like prodigies come on stage for the first time, or even just playing a tournament for the first time, and they're not showing out just because they're in their own head.
yeah, and like I was like this time, what? I will just not worry about the product of my my efforts. I will instead think about the things I can do best in between the rounds, instead of like being in the future, I'll be in the moment type of thing.
Yeah, no, no, no.
So
Yeah, you
it really
can't,
helps.
use like prescience and think 3 rounds ahead. It's like, okay, if we win this, and then win this. No, it's like you got to play you got to solve the puzzle in front of you in that moment.
Exactly, exactly. That's exactly what I meant. So,
Yeah, no, you're all
it's
good.
been a good, really good run for me. If I check my stats throughout the tournament, it's probably really good. So that
But
would
yeah.
probably know.
But
Nice.
congratulations, man. Congrats to your team. Let them know they did a really phenomenal job today. And I hope to see more of you in the future, man.
Thank you, man. I'm thankful for you casting today. It was
Yeah, dude. No, I
really
was
good.
I saw that you guys were open, and I just wanted to hop in and try to cast a game because, like, I mean, especially in the finals, it kind of sucks to play a game and not have it casted. So, it
Yeah,
also
yeah,
gives you a VOD to look at, review, and be like, oh, we could have done this better. Because like there was a couple of attack rounds there towards the end that you guys were a little bit haphazard. You guys were kind of rushing things, weren't setting up, prepping as much, and then it definitely
yeah,
cost you.
yeah. That's true. Sometimes I just like it's like, yo, let's just do this, guys. Fuck it, and that's kind of on me. But hey,
It happens, bro. But
we made it work.
yeah, no, you guys won, so that's all that matters at the end of the day.
Yep.
All right,
All
man.
right.
Okay, I'll see you later.
Thank you, man. I
Yep,
appreciate the
bye.
interview. Yep. See ya.
But all right, guys, that's gonna be it for me today. I do hope y'all enjoyed the stream, and I hopefully will see you all next time for the AGL or any of my personal seed streams. I don't stream super often, but I should probably stream more because I got the setup for it. So until next time, everyone, have a good night.